started though. Can you see me good right there? Alright, what we're going to do here, it's going to be turkey hunting 101. I myself am a big deer hunter. I've been a couple of times with Benny here, which you'll see on our videos.
Are you going to read video? Or?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah. Is it showing?
Yeah.
Can you see me?
You're right in the middle.
Alright. What we're doing here is turkey hunting 101. It's going to be for the people at home, and it's going to be for my education as well. I'm a big deer hunter. Not been maybe once or twice turkey hunting here with Benny, but I'm learning. So this is going to be like an introductory kind of thing. We're going to show you the different types of calls. Well, Benny is. We'll show you the different types of calls, how they're used in application. Some are new, some are older style calls he's had for years. Keep in mind, you know, we're hunters from way back. We're not running out to the store and buying all new stuff to show you this, because most people don't have brand new stuff. They've got something they've had for a while, you know. So, and if you are going out, it's okay to buy all new stuff. That's fine. But what we're going to do is give you the general idea of what you're going to have. So that way, when you go out in the woods, you're prepared. You got a general idea. Because, you know, myself, if I went turkey hunting, I wouldn't know what to take, wouldn't know what to do. But we're learning this. So, all right, we're going to turn right around here and get started. Mr. Mullins, he's going to start explaining to us the general idea, what the sounds are for, how it's going to be used in the woods, what the call is, you know, just the general idea stuff. All right, here we go. Well, there's Mr. Mullins. All right, take us to school, Mr. Mullins.
Okay, I'll tell you what little I know about it. I've turkey hunted about my whole life. Back when I was a young boy, turkey season was actually the deer season. So, you know, if you go deer hunting and see a big old gobbler of turkey, it was legal to kill it because it was big game. But back in the early 60s, I think it was, somewhere along there, they discovered that the turkeys dreaded and mated in the spring. So why not have a spring turkey hunt? So that's what they did. And now, of course, it evolved into what you see today, what we have today. So this is what calls that I've accumulated over the years, and the ones that I've kept. The others I didn't care much for, and I throw them away. But now, you know, you pull into a place and you think there's turkeys there. Well, first thing you do is you got to locate them, see if there is any. Now this is what they call a no owl hoop, and it's a store-bought one. But I made one time. And you can do it with your mouth. Woo, 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 woo. And if there's a gobbler there, he'll gobble to that. You know, this is a store-bought one, and I haven't rubbed this thing in a long time, so bear with me. I don't know what it's going to sound like. But they'll gobble to that if there's a gobbler in the area. And now this is what we call a box call right here. And you know, most times they're hollowed out like a square piece of wood, hollowed out, chalked, beveled, and the top's around it so you can get a sound out of it. And there's several different ways of using this. I like to use it this way. Some people take and cranks it this way or that way. And each side is going to sound different. And here's a real old one right here. I mean, real old one, and it had a rubber band around it, and you could actually grab this thing and make it gobble. It gobbled. It really sounded good. This is an old a walnut piece, and it's got 2 channels inside of it. And this old turkey call really sounds good. But it sounds more like a gobbler than it does a hen. But either way, it'll call a turkey. And of course, you got to keep these things chalked real well. And at all your sporting good places, you can buy chalk, whether it be the chalkboard type or this bluish kind. You got to chuck these edges and the paddle. You got to keep that paddle chalked, and then they'll perform good for you. Now we got what you call the slate calls. This is a little deuce, they call it, maybe HS strut. Just a piece of slate, just a thin piece of slate housed on a piece of plastic over the hole so the sound will protrude out of it. This is what they call a illuminator. It's a piece of aluminum done the same way. And this is also a piece of slate, but it's a little, this is old yellow by Night and Hell. It's a piece of slate, but it's also got a Slatex. It's got something else, a membrane over it. I really like this car. It gets way out there. If the wind's blowing, you can use that there, this illuminator. And if all of that fails, go to your box, because your box will get out that wind, and it'll get over it. It'll just penetrate right through it. The turkeys will hear you no matter where they're at. Now, I've got a little push button call here, which is good to purr. You got them in close, you can't move, you know, you can gently push that and hide it down there between your legs or something. If you're in a blind, you know, you can get away with a little bit more movement, but it'll yelp, you know, but it's good to purr with if you can't purr. And then, of course, your strikers for your slate calls. This is a walnut on oak. And of course, here's oak on oak. Now here's a piece here. I think this is a hickory with a piece of oak. And they all will make a different sound. Now you can buy them. You've got corn cob, or you can make your own with dowel rod and corn cob. And to me, the corn cob one just gives a better earthly turkey sound. The old timers, you know, they just broke him an old stick and an old piece of slate out of the creek, and an old piece of rock, and they made them turkey calls. So nowadays we're so high tech, we've got everything in the world to use. But if you can down a turkey and kill him, and take one of his wings and tear it apart, we'll put that breast meat in the freezer or a skillet, and well, we do it here. Don't never see a freezer. But you take that one of them wings, and there's 3 bones in the wing. Get your one that hooks on up here, which is your big bone. Then you got another here, and there's 2 together there. So these from here up to there, together, there's your big one. You got to cut it down a little bit. But you can take it, they'll all fit right into each other. They call this a wing bone cob, and it's a man-made, homemade cob from the actual turkey. Now, I'm not good at it, but you can tell that it will make a sound of a turkey. Like I said, I'm not good at it. So, and then we got the diaphragms, and I've got several of them. And if you don't store these things right, they will freeze up on you. And they'll dry out. The latex dry out. And they make a solution that you can dip these in, and they'll lice and lice and lice. And you can put a little piece of a little toothpick or something in between the reeds if it's a double or triple, and keep them from touching each other after you've dipped them in that solution. Then put them on little racks like that, and they'll last for years. And now all these are just dried plumb out, and I need to buy some more. And, that's why I'm not demonstrating what they sound like, because they don't sound nothing like a turkey. Just going to be honest with you. Now this is a gobbler call. This thing gobbles. And for some reason, I think the diaphragm might have froze up in this thing, because I got it out the other day, and it didn't want to do nothing. I don't know if it'll do it now or not. Yeah, a little bit. But it's a gobble, but there's certain times you use this. You don't use this there's a lot of people in the woods, because you're liable to get shot. But now, if you got no gobbler over there, and he won't come to that nest you got, you know, sometimes you can gobble, and he'll gobble to it and let you know where he's at, and you can go to him and set up a little closer. Or if you want to want him to go over and fight, you can challenge him by letting him know there's another gobbler over there. And sometimes that works. And also, you can take 2 of these little boxes here, they're push-pull, push-button yelper, they call it. You take 2 of these, and one in each hand, and you can make them fight purr. You got 2 of them, and you can make them sound like they're fighting purrs. And that's the actual turkeys fighting over here. And boy, I mean, sometimes an old gobbler over on the hillside, you'll hear them turkeys fighting, and it's like, wait a minute now, I'm the king of this territory, and there's 2 over there fighting. He'll come running, They want to whoop their hind end, because he's already the king on that hill, the mountainside. They don't want no intruders. So there's just so many turkey calls out there. But get you one that you're comfortable with, and get out there in the woods and try to bite you a big old long-eared turkey. Let me tell you, the other morning I was sitting over there was 5 little jakes come out there. I could kill every one of them. But they're jakes. They're just little 4-week spear turkeys. That's their second year of growth. Next year, they'll all be big longbeards. So I'll just let them 5 little jakes go. And I'm hoping that everyone that comes in contact with them 5 jakes will let them go. Come next year, we'll have 5 longbeards in that area. And we had a big gobbler good to us this morning, but he had so many hens with him, he would not go to work to a sound that he could hear, but he could look and see the real thing. So we're henned up right now, and when they're henned up, there ain't nothing you can do to get him to come to you. But wait until after they go to their nest, about 12 1 o'clock, and they've been there all day, and he's strutting up there, sneak back in there, and then you can kill one of them. Let me show you what this is. A little deuce slate. It sounds pretty good. Let me just show you what it sounds like there. If I can get it to sound off there. You've got to keep these things, send it down, just send right in the middle where you're going to actually be striking it. It's real fine. This is like an emery cough. It comes with the cough when you buy you one. So you got to use that right there. And don't blow it off, because when you blow, you're getting your moisture on it, and it won't do that. So, just wipe it off for a little bit. And your striker do the same there, go around just like it's curved on the end there, and send it off, get the black off of it, off that slate, and wipe it off. And there's a lot of ways you can hold this thing. I like sticking the finger under the little lip, just where it keeps me even. And I'll start off with some little clucks. Well, that striker don't want to work for me. Let's see what this can do. Just some little clucks. And let's get a yelp. There's a purr. Try this walnut on over here, see what it sounds like. This illuminator now, the wind's blowing and you want to get out a little further, this thing here really throws a sound out there. Let's see what he'll do this morning. And sometimes you can cut it a little bit and make him think that no hen, she's found a bunch of worms or found something up here that's interesting. Boy, she'll just go crazy and call them all up there, and it sounds sort of like this right here. Come on, dinner's on the table. Come up here and get you some beef. Well, that'll really get out good in the woods. And oh, yellow. Now this is really good. It's a slate, but it's also got something else on it. I don't know what it's yellow in color, but it's a slate, and it really sounds good. I really like this call here. Let's see what it sounds like. They all make a little different sound. The turkeys make off different sounds. And I tell you, if you ever really sat and seen what we seen this morning, we sat over and watched 3 hens. But if you could hear a hen yelp, she sounds bad. I mean, the calling that I just done sounds so much better than what she sounds. So, you just gotta, I'll just tell you, a gobbler gobbles to attract the hens, to let her know where he's at, and she'll go to him when she's ready to breed. And they'll go off and do their thing, and then she'll go off to her nesses. But we're calling against the grain to begin with, because you ain't supposed to be able to call a gobbler up. He gobbles to call the hens up. So you got to play hard to get. So all these little tricks here, anything you can entice him to come off that hill will be at your advantage because like I tell you, you're playing against the grain.
How often do you call?
Not much. Now, a lot of people can overcall. If they're really fired up and they're really gobbling, you can cut and call that one here gobbling. You just go on for 10, 15 minutes if you want to, as long as he'll answer you. And if you can hear him coming closer. When he gets so close, you need just cluck and purr. That's a contentment sound. To let them know that you're feeding and everything's all right. And he'll come right in there too. But you don't just keep on, because I'm telling you, one morning years ago when I was a young boy, I was rattling the boy. I was calling, and I looked up and there's a gobbler standing just feet from me. And boy, he seen what was up, buddy, and he got out of there. I didn't get a shot at him. So I said to myself right then, well, I was just calling too much. So when a no gobbler shuts up from gobbling when he's coming towards you, and you can tell he's getting closer, and he shuts up, no gobbling more, you need to just cluck and purr because he's on his way. And you cluck and purr, just a little soft cluck and purr. If you're in a blind, you can get away with a little movement, just soft little clucks and purrs. You better have a good face mask on. Don't have no shiny jewelry, earrings, nothing like that. The rings, wear gloves, camouflage gloves, face mask, and really, camouflage hat and clothing. And them old leafy suits, they work well. You can lean up against a tree with that old suit on, or you can actually stand up against a tree with that old suit on, and they'll walk right all over you. But they got eagle eyes. Any movement, they'll see it. But if you just cluck and purr, that's why a diaphragm call with your mouth really works good then. And when you don't need no movement, and you're out and open, you can put one in your mouth and you just cluck and purr, and you can get him right in there too. Because if you keep calling, you're going to run him off. Because especially an old 4-year-old gobbler that's been shot at or been spooked by walking up on a hunter or really hammer down on one of his calls, they know. And the gig's up, and they got him. So anybody wants to kill no jake, anybody can kill a jake because they're done. That's why you need to let the jakes go and just concentrate on your big gobblers. Now the jakes will be big gobblers next year. So when a little turkey's born in the spring, well, come January, he can have a little short beard. Then come spring, he have about a 3 or 4 inch beard in the spring. That's his first year of growth. Well, next year, he's got 8, 10, 11 inch beard. His second 2-year-old bird. And of course, 3-year-old spurs will be long and beard will be thicker and maybe even longer. I mean, them beards could probably be 16 inches long. But they drag them on rocks and sticks. They kept them broke off about 12 inches. 11 height, 11 3/4, 12 inches, about as long as you'll ever see on a beard, because they drag them. And of course, in the northern states where they get a lot of snow, deep snows, they'll form a big old ball of snow on them, and it'll freeze. And then they'll whack it across a stick or a log or a rock, and they'll just break a lot of the beard off. And of course, we got what they call I call it jungle rot, but it's beard rot. I don't know why it happens, but you'll see his tail spread it out, full spread. You know he's an adult bird. Big old spurs, but he'll just have a little 5 or 6 inch beard. But the very tips of the hairs there, or the beard, will be brown. And some type of rot they get. And I don't really know what causes it, but I've killed several that's been that way. I know there's adult birds. They have little short beards, so. And I've got 2 real birds that's like that. And 1 or 2 in the house is like that. It's had like 5 or 6 inch beard, but they got big full tails. That's how you can tell a adult bird, all his feathers are in line. Now on a jake, the 5 middle feathers are longer. Although they ain't caught up, ain't nothing caught up yet. It's just a year-old turkey. When he's a 2-year-old bird, that tail feather will be even all the way around. He'll have big spurs and a big old beard.
What about time of day? What's the best time to hunt, or about what time they come out of roost and all that type of stuff?
Well, when it gets daylight, good daylight, they'll fly down, do a fly down count. They'll fly down. And then they might gobble on the roost. But But they'll gobble, let the hens know where they're at, and the hens will get up there to them, they'll breed and stay together at about 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock, and then the old hens will go on their merry way to feed and to make nests and to lay eggs and whatnot. And he'll go to his strut zone, and every gobbler's got their own strut zone. And if you can find that strut zone and get in there and set up early before they get there, your chances of killing the big gobblers are, of course, a lot better. And he'll strut all day like that in that area. It might be a whole mountainside. He'll strut backwards and forwards all day long, and occasionally gobble. But about 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, he's listening. He's listening for no hen to yelp and let him know that she's looking for him. And he'll gobble and let her know, and they'll get together, and they'll probably breed again and feed a little bit and go back up on the roost. And they repeat that all day, every day. But the best time to hunt, I like to hunt in the mornings if you can locate a bird on the roost and get in there pretty close, and especially if you can get in between him and his hens. He's going to pitch out and gobble, and his hens is going to come up there, and they're going to get together and hopefully come right by you, giving you a shot at him. But one of the best times to hunt is those evenings, but you better have a decoy. Evening hunt like that with a decoy works well. But when you yelp and he gobbles, you don't have to say no more. You can just cluck and purr, let him know that you're still in the area, and he'll come to you. If you don't come to him, he'll come to you. And because he can't stand it. He's been by himself all day, and he knows there's a hen down there, and you ain't coming to him, and so he gets impatient. He ain't got no patience. So he'll come to you. And just be patient and just cluck and purr, and he'll come right in there. But he's looking for that hen, so make sure you got a good decoy.
Because you hear him gobble, you ain't going to kill him.
No, that's right. It ain't a done deal. When you hear him gobble, if he gobbles 20 feet from you, it ain't a done deal. And I'm telling you, because you got a small little target to begin with, and you got to have a good shotgun. A 28 gauge or better here in Tennessee. A 28, a 20, a 12, 16, 12. Personally, I got a 12-inch or 12 gauge shotgun. It's a Remington 870 Super Mag, and I shoot 3.5-inch magnum shells. And it kicks, but it sure take one of them's head off of, and I can kill one up to 60, 70 yards, I think. It's not recommended to shoot one that far, 30, 40 yards should be about as far as you want to kill a gobbler. But you got to aim at that neck and head, right where the feather line ends on the turkey's neck. You aim in between there and under his own chin, and wire it head out. And there's going to be a few get up there in his head. If you break his neck, you've got that turkey. And but shotgun is very important, and you got to have full choke. And if you want it extra full, and it's got a screw and choke port there, you can go buy your Undertaker or a 660 or 440. I forget which one I got there, but it's one of the very best ones you can get. And a regular 12 gauge diamond fit in it if it's full choke. But if you put that extra full down in it, and it makes your barrel a little longer, a diamond is probably flush with the outside of it. So that's on a 12 gauge. And but you've got something there, and that's choked down. And if you're not aiming dead on that neck and head, you'll miss that bird if it's very close to you. Because when you pull in to the right, if you're right-handed, you're pulling in to the left. If you're left-handed shooter, you'll miss his neck and head, and with a full choke, because the pattern's not very big when it comes out. If he's very close, you're shooting a little tiny pattern. And if he's after a little ways, you're shooting a little bit bigger pattern, and you might get him. But picking the right gun and getting in there and finding where they're roosted is very important. Pre-season scouting, you find where turkeys have been scratching, and that's an indicator there's turkeys been there, but that don't mean they're still there. But if you'll just get there and owl hoop and locate them, or maybe go in there and flush them up the day before, there's turkeys in that area, so you're familiar with it, so you can get in there and get pretty close with them and be successful. They got camouflage netting that you can make. They got the little short blinds. They got camouflage netting that you can put around limbs or trees there and make you a little blind. Or they got the little, what they call a doghouse, that you just plop out there and set it up just seconds and get in it. And they're, $50, $60, $75. And they're camouflaged. They got little leaves on the edges of them. And turkeys walk all around them, don't think nothing about them. You put them right out in the middle of the field. Turkeys come right up to it. And I've experienced it with deers. There were deers all around them. I told you about all I know about turkey hunting. we'll have another segment on field dressing and preparing the turkey, getting it ready for the wife that does all the cooking, and another segment. But we're trying to kill some turkeys so we can have a good old-fashioned dinner. So I need to get all my cows back in my bag and get back in the woods. It's about 2 o'clock. More hens have been gone all day since about 11 o'clock. So he's up on that hill, can't stand it. So if I can get in there before his hens gets to him, and and he'll gobble. And if I don't come to him, he'll come to me, and I'll be eating fried turkey breast after a while. So I'm gonna. I told y'all that I know those. So just buy you a new call, and if you don't like the way it sounds, get you another, and get you one that you can handle really good, and you're confident you like how it sounds. And go out in the woods, because I'll tell you, I guarantee you probably sound better than the actual turkey. They don't sound so good, no hen though. And so it really don't matter if you sound very good or not. If it sounds like a turkey, if it's a yelp, he'll gobble to it, and you can be successful. But make sure you camouflage and be still as you can be. And if you do got allergies this time of year with all the pollen, try to square that away before you go, some throat lozenges or something, because them little cows and stuff will flat skew one away. And any movement, it takes a crawl on you, get some good spray on your feet, legs, and all. But you can't be squirming around. You got to be still. Because, like I said, they got eagle eyes. And we'll get back with you with some more good information as soon as we get it.